Hi everyone, Ashlinky's a YouTube channel. Today we are going to talk about the bridges of Madison County. So my husband had his birthday last week and I decided to take him there, and first I took him to the Cedar Iowa River restaurant, Iowa River Powerhouse restaurant is where I took him out to eat, and then we went to the Madison County in Wintercrest, Iowa, and this is what I heard, but I don't know if this is true or not, but there were 16 bridges altogether in Madison County, and then over time it dwindled down to 13, and then now I believe that there's only 6 remaining in Madison County. So I have a brochure here from a gas station that was near where we were going. And I'm going to read to you guys a little bit about the bridges of Madison County. So first of all, there was a movie that was based on, I think it was called Bridges of Madison County. And a couple of the bridges were shown in the movie. No, I do not own any copyrights to the movie or anything like that, just to protect myself. But we went to 2 of the bridges that were in the movie. Okay, I'm going to read to you guys a little bit about this. So, the Roseman Bridge is one of the bridges that I took my husband to for his birthday. And it was featured in the movie. It says on the brochure that it's the most popular of the bridges, thanks to the feature in the Bridges of Madison County movie. The Roseman was built in 1883. So the story behind it, what I read when we went there, they had a little podium thing with the information written about the Roseman Bridge. And I guess supposedly there was a lady that wrote a letter to this guy, and he went and read the letter, and then they were supposed to meet up for dinner. So kind of a little romance story there. She would write letters and leave them there, and he would go get them. Then there's a guy, I guess, that was in prison or jail or something like that, and he escaped, and he was on that bridge, and I guess supposedly legend says the police officers saw that he flew up in the middle of the bridge and in midair and vanished. So I guess the bridge is supposedly haunted too, I guess. That's what it said on the web. So that's a little fun thing to do around fall time and by Halloween, or just if you're looking for some fun or whatever. And we also went to the Hogback covered bridge. That was built in 1884. The Hogback Bridge sits over the North River with a span of 98 feet and was named after a nearby limestone ridge. And that one, I didn't really read any specific, there wasn't really any really big story behind that bridge. But we went to the Cutler Donahue covered bridge, and that was in sat in Winterset City Park since 1970s. And this bridge was built in 1870 by Eli Cox over the North River near Bevington. So the Cutler Bridge, that one is not in its regular location. It was moved to Winterset City Park, but me and my husband went to that one too. And then there's another one that's called Cedar Covered Bridge, and we did not go to that one, but that one was featured on a book that was called the Bridges of Madison County. So, I'm glad that we went to the Roseman covered bridge. I would definitely suggest that one because it has a lot of history behind that one, and that one was also starred in the movie. So, but the ones that they have on their brochure here, the 6 that are remaining are okay. So it says visit the bridges of Madison County. 6 of the original 19 covered bridges. So I was wrong. There was 19 at one point. 6 of the original 19 covered bridges in Madison County have been preserved, making Madison County the covered bridge capital of Iowa. So there is Cedar Covered Bridge, Culture Donahue Covered Bridge, Hogback Covered Bridge, Hollywood Covered Bridge, and Imes Covered Bridge, and the Roseman Covered Bridge. So those are the bridges that are left, and we went to three of them out of 6. So we will definitely be going back. We also went to the John Wayne's house, and that was pretty cool. We did not get to go inside because when we went, it was at nighttime, so it was closed. And then they also have a John Wayne museum right down the street. So right down the street from this Winterset City Park is the John Wayne home and then the John Wayne Museum. So there's a lot to do around there in that little area. There are guided tours of the covered bridges. So personal guided tours of Madison County and the covered bridges are our specialty. This is what it says on the brochure. Each 2-hour tour includes information on the construction and history of the bridges, the movie production, and our local history. Your expert tour guide will join you in your personal vehicle, guiding you to several of the covered bridges and telling stories along the way. Fees are as follows. And it said that 10 people or fewer are $10 per person, so a charge of $50. 11 to 19 people are $8 per person. 20 to 29 people, $7 per person, and 30 or more, $6 per person. So for more of their group tour information, they want to be contacted at 515-462-1185. And then their email is tourism@madisoncounty.com. So that's what it says on their brochure. And some of the events and festivals that they have there are in May, they have Winterset Wine Walk. They have John Wayne birthday celebration, as his birthday was May 26th. And then they have summer concerts Fridays at 5. They have a series of Friday at 5 concert series, and a Live It AMP concert series. And then in June, they have an airing of the quilts, a celebration of the history, tradition, and artistry of quilting. And Maxburg National Skillet Throw. And then in July, they have a lot. They have a Freedom Fest, an Old Settlers Day, Madison County Fair, and then August, they have Hinterland Music Festival. In October, they have Madison County Covered Bridge Festival. And then in November, they have Winterset's official kickoff to holiday season features, shopping specials, photos with Santa Claus, a lighted parade, food vendors, and a holiday movie and more the Friday after Thanksgiving, which I didn't know about that, but we will not be going to that, at least not this year, because we had a very big scare with I was going to say deer, but it was a buck. So me and my husband and kids were driving on the way back home, and mind you, this was like 1:30 in the morning or 2:30 in the morning, because we didn't get to Winterset until about 11:30, 11:45, and then we were taking our time kind of walking along the bridges and looking at everything. So we didn't leave there until about like 1, so it was like 1:45 or 2 or something. and we were driving on the highway home, and I kept telling my husband, watch out for deer, be careful for deer, because I'm kind of a backseat driver, and also I'm fearful of hitting a deer because actually hit a deer before. And not only did it mess up my car, but the worst part, trauma about it, was knowing that I could have died, or that the other people that were in the car with me could have died. So just having that happen again, but actually not hitting the buck, it was still like life threatening. Like, it was scared the daylights out of me. So because I was actually like turning my head like this and telling my kids a story, and when I went to turn back, I saw the deer, and I was yelled at my husband, and I'm like, stop, there's a deer, and he yelled too. And luckily, they're like, thank God, thank the God up in heaven that there was nobody in the next lane next to us, and hardly anybody else out driving, because it was so late that we were able to just get in the other lane and swerve around it. So thank God for that. But we aren't going to be traveling like long distances like that to a place where there's like a lot of country land and like trees and wood area, and like not a lot of city life, because that's where a lot of the deer like to go, because there's no like city or traffic life. So anyways, but that's cool to know that they have a light festival. And then in December, I guess they have more lights, Christmas action. The Winterset Courthouse Square is all aglow with extended shopping hours and live or lighted holiday window displays on the third Thursday in December. So if you guys are interested in that. So Winterset is like, filled with things to do. And I'm definitely, it's on me and my husband's list to go back. So when you get their brochure, it comes with a map on it, so you can see where all the bridges are located. So literally, nowadays that we have now, in our days, we have phones, so we can just type in like Roseman Bridge, and then it'll tell us where to go on our GPS. And Cutler, Donahoe Bridge, and Hollywood Bridge, and Imes Bridge, and all that, and it will take us right to all these bridges. But this cool brochure, if you open it up, it's a really big brochure. It has the pictures of the bridges, and it has a map where the bridges are at. So it's really, really neat. And then it has the events that I read to you guys on the side over here. So that's really neat. But and then there's other things to do too there. There is historical sites such as the Madison County Historical Complex. There's an Arts and Entertainment Iowa Quilt Museum. There's the Iowa Theater. There's a Clark Tower, which I'm definitely planning to take my husband to that, because it would be so romantic. And then there's also camping, fishing, paddling, and like so much more. So I guess like if you want to paddle, that you can get a hold of them at www.madisoncountyconservation.org and kind of ask them questions and stuff. But I would love to like go on a paddle boat with my husband and paddle underneath those Madison bridges. I just think that'd be so romantic, and it reminds me of the Notebook movie. And no, I do not own any copyrights to that movie either, but anyways. And then they have a Brews, Cedars, and Wines. They have a Big Rack Brew House, Covered Bridges Winery, a Madison County Winery, and Two Saints Winery, and a Winterset Cidery. So, if you're a wine drinker, I used to be one, there's another place to go. So it's just like a really like romantic and fun-filled place to go in Iowa. And also, I forgot to mention the Madison Courthouse Town Square. When we went there, they were actually doing a little bit of construction on it, so we couldn't really like enjoy it a whole lot. But next time we go there, we're definitely going to take a look at that. So you guys definitely want to go there. Like I said, we went at night, so it was a little creepy and stuff like that. But you shouldn't really do this, but everybody, I mean, people do it because when we went there, I saw everybody's names and dates and stuff like that. And I even saw like a romantic um, little writing on the bridge where somebody said, "Will you marry me?" October 2017. So that was somebody's way of proposing to their loved one and asking them if they will marry them. So really romantic and really cool. And so you can, like, people carve their names in the bridge. They write their names with permanent markers or ink pens, however you want to do it. But to be honest with you, me and my husband, we did put our names on there, our initials. I'm not going to say how. I'm not going to say where. I'm just going to say we were one out of the many people that have our names on one of those bridges. And, we have a picture of it, and we're proud of that. Because it's cool to be a part of something that was featured in a movie, and it was cool to be a part of something that has so much history and life to it. So, and some of the bridges are, watched under surveillance with cameras. So, yes, you don't want to get into trouble or do anything bad. I mean, you don't want to do that anyways, even when there aren't cameras. But yeah, just warning you guys, there are cameras. I would email or call people, and if you don't like to talk, I would email. I'm a person who doesn't really like to talk on the phone to people that I don't know, so I emailed one of the people in Madison County and about the bridges, and they got right back to me like a day or two later, within 2 days. So it was awesome, and it was a fun adventure, and I highly recommend you guys checking it out if you're ever planning to vacation to Iowa, which I don't know why the hell anybody would want to come here, but if you're ever planning that's a place to definitely check out, is Winterset, Iowa. And there are some places in Iowa City, and there's in Iowa City, Iowa, and there's some places in downtown Cedar Rapids, but I wouldn't really recommend downtown Cedar Rapids, Iowa. But that's just my opinion. Most of the stuff I'm saying in this video is opinionated, but lots of people get engaged on these bridges, so they even advertise that on their brochure, get engaged in Madison County. So how romantic. Anyways, I thought I would share that with you guys because that's where we just went, and also Valentine's Day is coming up in a couple months, so but that would be a cool topic. And they are really, really long bridges, so if you are going at night, I would definitely bring your phone and fully charge with your flashlight, or bring an actual flashlight, because it can be a long walk. And some of them do close. Some of them do have hours because they're located in parks, so they close at 10 o'clock at night. But the Roseman Bridge, I believe, does not. I think that's open 24 hours, but don't quote me on that, because I think I just saw that on the internet. I'm not 100% sure. So you might want to Gmail or email or call and ask. But I believe that the Roseman Bridge is open 24 hours around the clock. So anyways, thought I would share that with you guys, and I will be on with another life topic.